It's going live. I have no idea. Okay. All righty. I think we're live. Hi, I'm going to start talking. This is And Just Like That. Now they're recording now. Sure, why not? Everything just decided to go slow all of a sudden. These are the behind the scenes things you get to see live when I do that. Well, like normally, you don't see it. I cut all that out in the edit room. But we were live. You get it all live. And nothing, no filler or whatever the word is. All righty. See, there you go. And everything's going slow for me all of a sudden. I don't know why. It's before live. Hey, start talking quiet. There we go. Welcome to the show. This is Ed, just like that.
No, it's going again.
Stop. Okay. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Let's start this over.
Hi. Oh wait, girl. I have it. Take two. I came short on here. Take two. Hi, welcome to the Just Like That After Show here on JLJ Media as we do the reaction to season 3, episode 8. I'm James Lott Jr. And of course, that beautiful face that's right above, was next to me and above me, it's Emily Mae Heller.
Hi.
Girl. So,
back. Cheers.
Cheers. And so we are here to talk about this short episode. It's under 30 minutes. Kind of weird because it said 33, and then with the recap of the week before, it was like it's about 30, a little under 30 minutes. I was like, pretty fast.
And I feel like the episode before, last episode was like 43 minutes or something. It was longer, so I was like, oh.
So, before we get into that, because it just happened today, and I think the nation is mourning. Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away, and I gasped when I think because a lot of us grew up with the Cosby Show, and I think a lot of us are feeling like, wow, that's just what a trip. And he's only 54. He's younger than I was. I was just like, and he was on a trip with his family in Costa Rica. I was like, how sad. So I think everybody's kind of like, I was kind of thrown off today when I heard that. I was like, that's kind of crazy, isn't it?
I know, it's so sad.
So to his family, everybody, just want to give a shout to him. He's a television icon. He's a part of our television history. So all those kids are, and everybody. So it's just kind of a crazy thing. We're here tonight. Of course, we were here last Monday. So we're doing it Monday nights. It's kind of working out for us. So make sure you just follow us, subscribe, everything, the whole thing to the channel. Make sure you see what we're talking about. Talk on here. So I want to start off with because it was a short episode. It was kind of a weird episode, but a lot happened. But it was a weird episode. Very lighthearted and bouncy, but like some stuff happened in it. I'm like, okay, but I want to bring up the time because I do the Star Wars and Marvel shows here. And we talk all the time that, usually most shows are 8 to 12 episodes streaming. And we always say that in theory, we feel like if you have no time constraints, that's good for story. So if you have a short story, tell short. If you have so there's not shows where you go, that went on way too long, or that wasn't long enough. Like you said, some mainstream shows will say that. Well, I figure, if they have a story to tell, and if this week it's in 50 minutes, but this week is 25. I'm like, okay. But I feel like for me, Emily Mae, this was one of those weirdnesses. It was like, I feel like some things were either left out or cut out. It went really fast. I don't know. It just didn't. It was something off for me for being so short.
Well, I think it gave me definitely the feeling of, oh, I'm missing a lot here. Like there's something. I guess it left me wanting more, which is good. But I was also worried, like, are they gonna finish some of these stories, or is it gonna get worse? Like, are there longer episodes coming that are gonna be like kind of stretch this out a bit? But yeah, it felt a little disjointed. Like this episode kind of took me out a little bit of the whole narrative of what's been going on with the characters. So it kind of took me out. That's how I describe it.
That's a good description. I couldn't think of what it was either. But right. It was just weird. It was like, okay, so we'll get into it because literally it was not a long episode, but there's things that happen that were serious kind of, but they didn't. Okay. So we'll start with, your thing says you joined the Zoom. I know she joined the Zoom. Leave me alone. Okay. It's a delayed reaction. My computer goes, Emily, I joined the Zoom. I'm like, yeah, I know. She's on here.
I'm here.
The computer's going slow all of a sudden. All right. I want to start with the Harry storyline. It's all of a sudden, I guess he had the surgery. He was recovering. We had some big ball, big nut jokes.
You
It was
need
kind
this.
of funny. I did chuckle when she brought in the macadamia nuts. Ha ha. That's very Sex and the City, right? It's very Sex and the City. I was like, that's it? Did it seem like it was leading to something serious?
Yeah, I mean, I really felt like they missed.
Oh, go on. You okay?
Yeah, hold on.
So you just live, folks.
It's like, sorry, something's going on outside my house, and
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
do. I was like,
everything's okay. Okay, well, we'll continue. I'm sorry.
oh, I tell you, we're at home, folks. We're at home. You know what I mean? You
Okay,
want to
I'm
go check for a
texting
second?
my husband to go check out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, because you want to check really quick, and I'll just talk
Go
for a little.
outside and check our driveway real quick.
Oh my god, it's so great. I love live TV. I love it.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, he's going outside to check.
No, I mean, I don't. I mean, it's happening outside your house. I did a show once where the cops showed up. I did a show once where there's a fire right across the street. It's all of a sudden in front of my house. So many things. This is live. Whatever.
I was trying, but where I'm sitting is literally looking outside our front of our
Oh,
house and our driveway. And so I was seeing something, and that's why I wanted him to go check.
yeah.
Um,
yeah.
anyway,
So, by the way, so you like you were saying, all of a sudden it went straight to he already had the surgery, I
yeah,
guess.
so that's the one thing. So that's what I was gonna say is they could have leaned in to that, showed it a little bit more. Because Charlotte, they made such a big deal about it. They like shared it with the friends that it was happening, and it was like we needed more of
Yes.
just because we had Samantha's story
Yeah.
of cancer. We saw her go through chemo, her hair falling out. I wanted to see more
Yes.
from
And
Harry.
plus the girls found out, we never saw them talk about it. Let's go.
Sorry, we're good. We're all good.
You know, I'm getting my hands. I'm like, all of a sudden you're like, I gotta run by, and all of a sudden you're gone.
I know, I'm fine. That's why I was like glad I had someone here. We're good.
Oh my god, I love it. Um, so no, I agree with you. I felt like once the girls found out, we never had to see them talking about it. We never had to see them talk about it. We didn't get the scene of like him at least going into surgery and her having a talk with Harry.
Yeah, like none of the fears of like going into surgery and the fear of maybe something going wrong. Like none of that. Because the clip, I don't know if you remember the when Samantha had cancer and Samantha and Kara were having lunch and she was talking about Samantha was talking about her fears and she told Kara, she said, I just need to get this out and say, hey, I'm afraid I'm gonna die. I'm afraid of losing my hair. I'm afraid of all these things. And Carrie finally said, okay, fine, I'm just here. I'll just be here to listen. And I feel like we kind of got that with Carrie and Charlotte a little bit in the grocery store with that moment, right? But I feel like we needed a moment with Harry and Charlotte
Yes.
of saying, hey, I thought I was okay, but I'm not.
No.
So that's one thing I feel like it was a missed opportunity to address that stuff because it is serious even though it's the survival rate is really really high and it's cancer, it's still like abnormal cells in your body, it's still a big deal.
Yes.
So I felt like it was lackluster where I was like, oh, this happened already, like it was whiplash where I was like, oh, we just skipped a whole lot of time.
Yes. And I agree with you completely on that. I think you're right. We did need a Harry and Charlotte moment. Um, we're just really honest. I mean, I know in the beginning when it first happened, they had a little bit of a moment, but I mean, like, he's going about to go under, he's going in,
And
and
nothing with the kids either.
the kids.
That's what that is like totally weird to me.
So it's like, well, why? Okay, so that bugged me a little bit. The joke about the nuts was funny. I get that part was fun, but there could have been a great PSA for men to check their balls or check their prostate or whatever. Like this, it could have been a great little message. I know it's about the women, but it could be a great little message. And I just thought you have an hour's worth of time to talk about this. You did 30 minutes. An extra scene would have been good, but
Mhm.
apparently that they weren't focusing on that. They were focusing on this whole. Okay, so then the next thing, because this is also part of her, so she has vertigo.
Yeah. Do you remember she did have vertigo? Remember last like two like throughout the and just like that seasons,
I guess I just
she
forgot.
had the vertigo. Remember they thought she had a stroke? Because remember she accidentally got high.
Okay, that sounds kind of familiar.
Remember she had like the brownie or something, and then like
Oh
she
yeah,
was
okay,
having a heart attack or stroke. They thought, oh my God. So she was high, but then they found out she had vertigo or something.
yes,
I remember slightly that like they found out she had something going on.
yeah.
Panic attacks or something.
That sounds kind of makes sense. But anyway, I was just like, okay, so they're throwing that in there now. Okay, and then I said that was kind of it was okay. I guess, and again, they gave her this silly moment. Because we'll talk about this in clumps a little bit because it permeates all the storylines. There's an art exhibit, installation exhibit that she's doing that's about the 80s. I love the music in the background, I love the 80s stuff.
Yeah.
And there's one big, if you didn't watch, there's one big thing where there's a bed, and I guess has to do with like sex and the city in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And this a girl's gonna be there laying there naked, face down, but next to a condom that has used condom and all this stuff. And so the big joke, she falls in the bed also on the condom. And I'm like, okay, I guess again, it's just we're giving Charlotte the silly stuff. I
It
mean,
just felt very forced.
yeah,
It
completely,
felt very forced.
completely. I was like,
I
I
was like,
didn't.
they're just coming up with a scenario to like a catalyst for her vertigo, and then she falls on. I just felt like it was very like random.
Yes, it was just like, okay. But I don't know. It just
And no one asked about Harry like throughout the show. He had surgery, but no, except the one that brought the macadamia nuts. Like no one, like Harry didn't, like no one was asking how one of their oldest friends is doing. That was a big hole for me where I'm like, oh, if I know my friend, like when I was taking care of Brandon and he
yeah,
had his surgery, all of his friends were checking in with me,
yeah.
and I mean, they were like, okay, what's going on? What can we do? So like everyone checks in with each other, especially if you've been friends for a really long time. That was one thing that I was like, I don't believe.
Weird. I don't weird. I just
I'm not
so
trying to be negative. I'm just, you know.
no, I get it. No, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, people are saying the same thing we're saying. I looked around, but I'm gonna say that's the thing. It's like again, I keep bringing up the shortness of the episode. That could have been shown. We're
Hmm.
talking 30 seconds. A scene that's a minute. I mean, I literally could throw that in there. Oh my God! So how's Harry doing? That's all Carrie had to say. She
Hmm.
would ask, or
Yeah.
Miranda, how's Harry doing? Lisa Todd went over there obviously and saw him, but I'm like, if the other girls they don't know what's going on. We're assuming they know what's going on.
Even a call, a text message,
Yeah,
something.
they just didn't do. I just so I was like, okay. And then we go. So, but then we go. We'll go to the fun one next. The fun storyline. Seema and Adam. That's
Hmm.
some sex and the city.
That was like, oh, this is some real Sex in the City. This felt like original episodes. I was like, dang,
Yes, I
get it,
agree.
girl, get
I
it.
agree. It was good. It was good. They're cute together. I guess what you want from her is starting to happen. She's loosening up.
But there might be some issues with that.
Oh well, oh yeah, okay, yes, okay, yes. Well, when they brought the deodorant thing, I was laughing because I've actually been in that situation. Dating
Uh,
is so you'll find people who are very I call granola, very hippie esque. I'm trying to be polite. I come from hippies. Trust me, I come from hippies. But that was the '60s. But I'm saying the '70s. But I'm like, there's people in San Francisco who are very health conscious, and that's fine. But I had a hard time dating this one person because they used like rock salt and stuff. It just wasn't working for them. A musk is okay. There's certain smells that are natural that are okay. That is just funk.
yeah.
So,
I mean, I did.
tell it, girl.
No. So I was in theater for a long time, and I remember there was this one girl that was allergic to deodorant. This is what she would say, which happens. So depending on what's in it, you could be allergic to it. And she would have to use this organic stuff that had like nothing in it. It was like bare bones, super organic. And let me tell you, it did not work. When you're in a stinky costume, you're under lights and you're sweating and you're dancing for 12 hours a day. Nope.
Yeah.
It does not work. And in a sweaty city like New York City, nope. So I was like, oh, hell no. I was like, nope, you need to put deodorant on. You need to find something that works.
Yes, yes, that was
I
hilarious.
was not, I was like, so I was kind of on Seema's side where I was like,
Hmm?
you need to not be funky.
Yes. She
Don't
goes,
be
I
funky.
understand
And
you're
like you said, a
outside.
little musk, a
Yeah,
little sweat, those pheromones are good,
that's
but
right.
not where it's like unbearable and you can't be in the same room. Mm-mm. Nope.
So that was actually funny. Not surprised. He seems that kind of guy. So, but he's still loosening her up a little bit. So that's kind of good. It's like they're having fun, which I kind of like that because, like you said, she had to stick up her behind.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to let loose. And so I think this is good for her for right now. I'm okay with them. It's like little doses. I'm okay with them. The next one, which again I feel like we're missing something, was the Anthony storyline. We got a piece. All of a sudden, they were at the installation, and I was like, "Oh, I almost forgot about them." And the last episode was all about them, basically. And all of a sudden, I'm like, "Oh," and it's just, I mean, the scene they were in was good because it's still furthering her agenda. I want to buy you this big painting for a larger place to live, like all the
Yeah.
stuff, all the innuendo to Anthony about things being old and like all this stuff. I
Yeah.
didn't mind the scene itself was fine, but again, I feel like we need more.
I know. It's like little tidbits. It's like they're like, "Oh, we only have this person for a few hours. Let's
Yeah,
do a quick thing." It just
right.
felt very disjointed. And like we're getting bread. This episode was like a lot of breadcrumbs and not the whole loaf.
Oh, we're gonna get there too about the breadcrumb. Yeah, it's literally that's how it felt. It was like a little piece, a little piece,
A little piece.
little piece.
Yeah.
So that was there's not much to say about that. Literally, there's nothing more to say about it because literally that's all. There's that one scene.
Yeah. Poor Anthony, man. He's getting put through the ringer with this mother-in-law, and it's like, ugh.
Well,
I
I
hate
it's
are your I, I hate passive aggressiveness, and that was so passive aggressive. Maybe even more on the aggressive side, but like I hate those underhanded comments that I get from adults,
yes,
in-laws, parents.
yes,
You get them, right? People you're dating, like you get
yeah,
it, right? Where you're like, they're not really, and even years and years, supposedly you're with someone, and sometimes you still get little comments.
you
I'm
do.
like, excuse you.
But the thing is, because remember the last episode, he said you should cook for my mother, and then just be you two. I thought we'd get that scene.
I know, and we didn't know if it happen and it went really bad, or did it not happen yet?
You know, like okay, literally, I feel like this is an easy episode for us to recap because like they didn't show a lot of stuff. So I'm like, okay. The next little tidbit we got, it was like a little tidbit, was Marion.
Hmm.
Suddenly they're flirting. That was kind of cute. That's very Sex and the City. Very Sex and the City. I was like, that's very Sex and the City. Because Herbert's he's hot. He was in Hamilton, so I'm a big fan. I was a big fan of his. He was in Hamilton on stage. We got a nice little body, and she was like trying, but he had to pee, which is so realistic. That is so, folks. Sorry, man. We pee the first thing in the morning. Sometimes it's very realistic.
Well, oh my God, it just reminds me of this conversation that what's her name? Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, their husband
Yeah.
co-hosting team, they just had a huge, it went viral, this clip, because they talked about morning sex.
Oh,
And Mark Consuelos loves it and she hates it. And so they were talking about it on the whatever their show is.
yeah.
But so it's a whole topic of like discussion among couples of like, ooh, is it a good idea or a not good idea? And yeah, so this scene made me laugh because the discussion has been going for a few weeks now of like, oh.
This is what you laughed at is men. I pee first thing in the morning. I know how that is sometimes.
Well, then you lose all your momentum, because you're not like, oh, okay, let's because then he's talking about the kids, like, oh, we gotta go get this, we gotta get, and I was like, wow, that's gone.
Yeah, that's gone.
That's
But she was doing it because she was thinking of homeboy. And
well, that's true. That's an issue.
Yeah, it's a little different. But then
That's fair
Charlotte,
too.
I found Charlotte to be a Samantha in this situation. When they're
Oh,
having their talk walking down the street, and she's like, "Oh, I treat other people too." You know,
yeah.
sometimes I'm in this kind of uniform, and so I felt like all those years with Charlotte, with Samantha, have made Charlotte more sexually open.
Mm-hmm.
So she was just like, "Oh, it's normal. I do it too
Yeah.
sometimes. It's fine." And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, "Okay," and like, and she's like, "But you're just flirting, right? Well, you're not doing anything else. It's just in your dreams." And then I was like, "So that like that's very Samantha of Charlotte." I
Yeah.
thought,
No, I like that little flip of Charlotte's kind of because Charlotte was always been prude, right?
"Yeah,
And like doesn't
yeah,
want to talk about stuff like that, doesn't, and then the fact that she said admitted something like that shows growth.
yes,
And also this conversation of like fantasizing in a dream,
um,
it's just a dream, so it's fine, but it's what you do after or in real life, which we saw the test this episode.
no, yes," and she's
So
what,
it's like, okay, she's
yeah,
going after her husband. Okay, well, she's kind of still hot and bothered by this dream, but that's okay because it's your husband. You're like, okay, fine.
it's fine. We're out him. That's
Use whatever warms you up, right?
yes,
But it's what happens with that flirking
yes,
that is an issue
yes,
because that's in the real tangible world.
yes. And so I was like, "That's interesting." And I thought, when they had the scene of them eating, and she's like, "I like my salad, my plain regular salad." And her salad looked good actually. They were both eating, and then him inviting her. I forgot the whole this whole. I wonder if Michelle Obama was going to show up. There's this whole storyline through line going right now, where later she chooses to go to the thing, but she actually gets a call. He puts her on the phone with a girl who knows Michelle. So I'm wondering if Michelle's going to be showing up at all on the show.
I don't know. I don't know if she would do this show. Maybe it's a clip of her, like in the final edit, and it's like a quick few seconds, but I don't think she would. I don't know. I don't think she would be.
Um,
It'd be cool, but like maybe she's in the final clip of like we see her on screen, in the edit or something. So like in the final product, it happened.
I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything. So I looked
Yeah.
around. I haven't heard anything. So if it's a secret, it's a best kept secret. But I haven't heard anything at all. But I just said to keep this is a whole through line, so they keep mentioning it. So yeah, so there's that, and then um, Aiden comes to town. That's the man. Oh no! Before we get to that, the second to me biggest storyline that they didn't that was weird. Miranda. Maybe I'll drink now. Maybe I'm not alcoholic. And that whole gin bottle. Because you know what's so funny? For a second, Emily May, I forgot she's not alcoholic. Because when Homegirl brought the gin over, I want to leave it here. And I was like, oh, I didn't have a drink. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And then she said, oh, you don't drink. That's right. I totally forgot for a second.
That is a no-no. I was screaming. I was screaming. I was like, Miranda, you do not do that. It was just a bad idea, and I'm glad she didn't.
She came close.
She came close, and I was like, you don't even have it. I know people that do not even have it
Right.
anywhere. They don't even, I mean, they can go to people's houses and it's there.
No,
They do not have it anywhere in their house. Nothing.
no.
And sometimes they don't even go to restaurants or things like that. I mean, it depends on the level that you're at, right? Everyone has their program or process they've gone through. But no, 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 no. It ruined her life. It ruined her life.
Well,
It cannot go
you
back.
heard her little monologue.
Yeah.
It's like, well, maybe I can drink a little bit and not like I used. And the girls just looking at her, and I was like, see, this is different. Nobody to go off on her. They didn't. They just listened to her.
They
And,
listened to her, but their faces said a different story. They said, their
no,
faces said, don't do it.
right. But we can tell they're like, it's her life. They didn't interfere. But I was like, oh my God. I didn't know this was going to happen.
Remember,
And
she had like 9 shots when she was taking care of Carrie when she had hip surgery, and she was day drinking like huge shots with Shay, and then they were having sex in the kitchen.
I remember. And she fell out the bed. She couldn't get to the bathroom. I remember that whole thing. So, but I do want to say this to people out there. I've interviewed on my programs here people who believe that you can stop drinking without a program, or you can drink sometimes. or you can stop and start when they want to. But on the flip side, I know people in my life who they say they take another drink, they would die. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that I've seen across the spectrum of
Mm-hmm.
people, and there's people out there who believe, well, I stopped drinking for a couple of years, I can drink again. Maybe I'm just a heavy drinker, or maybe I'm just a drinker. I like they can regulate it, and maybe some can. Maybe I don't know. Maybe some can. In my experience, mostly if you declare yourself an alcoholic, chances are you are, and you can't. That's just what I.
So I haven't had a drink in over 3 years.
Oh wow.
A
Okay.
single, like nothing from wine to whatever, hard
Okay.
alcohol, nothing. I didn't go through a program. I didn't declare I had a problem. I just identified like it was some type of coping mechanism. And I was like, I don't feel like a great person when I drink. And so I made that conscious choice. And it's not for everyone. Sometimes you need that extra. I made that conscious choice of like, hey, I don't need this. I don't need that thing to be, I'll find other things, right? And so I made that conscious choice. And it actually was one of the best decisions. As I like lost weight, I felt better. I was feeling healthier, like inside.
No.
So again, it's all everyone has to like make that choice for themselves and go through whatever is going to make them live their best life, right? So I was screaming at Miranda though when she was like, "Oh, it's fine, I can just do it," and I was like, "No."
Now she did throw away the bottle. I'm like, oh my god!
She
But
did down the thing, the parachute. So that I wish. I mean, she could have given it to a neighbor or something, but
only till my girlfriend comes back over or whatever.
yeah,
Like,
or wait. I
that
mean,
was
yeah,
her
just like
favorite.
hold it, but so
Yeah,
that kind of
that
stuff.
was her favorite gin.
I know.
Uh, oh my
But what's
god,
interesting is it kind of poses the question about Joy. Like, does Joy know she has an issue?
she doesn't. Remember, she doesn't.
Oh yeah, so she doesn't. So this is
It's kind of
something that
weird. It's kind of disjointed that too. But it's like we find out later. I think she doesn't know.
yeah, so this is the thing is if it's going so well with Joy where you were living with each other for a few days, if you think you're gonna move in with each other, you're talking about, oh, should I find a place for dogs? That is like the one there's like three things you should tell your partner. One, you have an issue with alcohol. Two, you have a kid, and two, you were previously married.
Yeah, I agree.
Like probably those three things. Probably three really big important points. Um, and the fact that you didn't is like, ooh, that's gonna come and bite her later.
Well, it goes back to that whole thing. Everything's just so easy and it's just so nice.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
easy because you didn't tell her everything.
that's what it is. And I think because it's different than Shay. It's not as dramatic. It's a different kind of relationship.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, it's solid and easy for now.
Yeah,
Drinking isn't gonna make it easier.
it sure is. I was like, ooh, I'm so glad she didn't. Um, Now we're on to the big story. This is the big story. As Aiden shows up, I did laugh very hard when he was like, okay, so he walks in the closet, she's standing there. He's like, okay, so how should we do this? And he pushes her. I laughed so hard. And when he said, I saw it there, I'm just kidding. Like her face, that to me was really funny. I don't know. I will admit that was really funny. Made me
Well,
laugh.
it reminds me of the time when they tried to when they were
Yes.
moving in,
Yes.
and Adam was like, "Okay, can I clear out this part of the closet?" And she was like, "No."
Right.
So it already so like it's funny how they're like doing those throwbacks of like, oh, when they were 20 years ago, it was like this.
Yes. So that was kind of fun. And then so that was going on. So that's all, and he gives her a little closet. But anyway, but that's not the thing. So I see problems already.
Mm-hmm.
When she kept saying, I have plans with Duncan, all we do is read. It's all about our work. We write together. I don't know how long. Oh my, that scene was so cringy for me. They had sex, they laid in bed. She said, oh, it's 7:30, it's low, I gotta get ready. And when he brings up Wyatt, he's bringing it up on purpose, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
We're there, folks. They ruined the character of Aiden, trust me. To me, he's being manipulative.
He's being
Oh,
manipulative and needy in
yes,
times when he knows Carrie's trying to do something for
yes,
herself.
yes. So I don't like that. I'm like, well, you're turning him into a heel, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Ooh,
don't
wrestling term. A little heel. And he's also like getting all sappy in the bed where he's like, I just don't know what to do. And then of course Carrie cancels. And it does feel like emotionally manipulative.
yeah, I'm sorry, it did. I was like, I was like, I said, don't cancel, girl. Why you cancel? You want me to? It's okay. I mean, it's fine. And I didn't like that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like, okay. And then he's at the installation, everything. Um, no, there wasn't anything much there going. They were all kind of just there. But we learned that Wyatt wants to live with his mother,
Mm-hmm.
and he's upset about it, which is fine. But it's just kind of like you say it at this time period. So we saw no Duncan this episode because there was no Duncan this episode. Again, it could have showed a scene with him talking. I mean, I just know, but anyway. He's there because he has time.
And that's also bothered me because he's only making time for her when he has time. And it's like, no, if you're in this long-term relationship, this long distance relationship, you make time throughout the day, throughout the week. You don't just do it when it's convenient for you. Because, like, long distance, long-term relationships are not always convenient. But if you want to make it work, you make it work. So I felt like, again, that's not emotional manipulation where he's like, oh, well, I'm going to be really sad, so I'm going to go to Carrie. It's like, no, that's not how that works.
So and we got a throwback at the end. She's typing on a laptop. The voiceover comes over. Again, I was like, oh my God, they really are doing this. And she's typing this whole thing. And I'm like, and then you show her in bed with Homeboy. Or whatever. It felt sad to me. That ending felt sad.
Mm-hmm.
And then you sent me that. She sent me the clip she says she's gonna send me. So now I'm adding that in there, the clip, and they asked, she seriously, watch what happens live. Andy Cohen, are you and Aiden endgame? And she does not give an answer, folks. Emily May is correct. Just what episode are we on right now? And then she doesn't give an answer. And in this episode, more than anything, I walked away with they're not compatible anymore.
No, they're not. And there's a lot of like online chatter about whether this is like Aiden's long-term play to like get back at Carrie. I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's that like
I don't think so either.
like I said petty before. I don't think he's that like honestly, I don't think he's that smart to do that. I don't think
I
guys
know.
would
I don't think yes either. No, I don't think yes
and
either.
I think they're just two different people now, and they need different things. Both of them have gone through trauma, different types of trauma. Both of them are dealing with different things, and like Carrie needs to move on. She doesn't need to live in the past. She needs to live and look at the future because she has this gorgeous. I watched this other clip. I think they asked they asked Sarah Jessica Parker why it's taken Carrie so long to decorate her apartment.
I know.
And that, I think, is part of the issue. She's not ready to settle in this gorgeous apartment because she's worried there's not going to be people to fill it. You know? And that's
I
she
just
had that party. She had Charlotte's birthday party, which I think helped. But then in the end, it's all rented furniture. It goes back. So then it's an empty space again. So she has to fill it emotionally and also physically with events, with people, and Duncan's right there. So they could easily build a life together.
I think right. That's all true. I don't think Aiden is doing it on purpose. That part on purpose. I think he feels it's finally our chance, and he's trying as hard as he can. I think as much as he can give. We know for her, she's thinking we finally have our chance. I will do everything right this time because I heard it before.
I
So
think
both of
she's
those don't
losing
make for a
hope though.
relationship. I'm sorry, what?
So I think she's losing hope though, because she seems sadder and sadder every time she sees Aiden.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, I'm just speaking to the folks who think it's I know I said no, he was being manipulative in that moment, but I said, but no, I think in general, he wants to hold on to her. He looks at her like a lifeline, because she's here and she's not demanding anything from him,
Yeah.
which is one of the worst things you can do sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a situation once where I was like, why is this relationship not where I'm like, oh, because I'm not demanding. There's no repercussion. I'm not saying if you don't do this, this will happen.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. And so then when they all came out, we didn't work out, obviously. When it all came out, I was like, oh, that was me. Because I was not challenging you enough for you to go, oh, I better do something or not do something. Either way. So I think Carrie's not challenging it. She's just going, whatever you want to do, honey. That's
Yeah.
all fine. Whatever you want to do. This is your home. So he's not getting the old Carrie, which is like, well, I want to know what we had to find who we are and what's going on and why aren't you here? Which is growth for her on some level, but it's almost like now using it on the wrong person.
Yeah. Yeah.
You grown up. Good. Oh, Diane C, who's always here. Hi, Diane C. I think both of them are living in the comfort of the past. It's a great way to say that.
Yeah. I think they need to both move on. It's just
I
not
think so.
working anymore.
I
It's
think
just
so.
not working. And honestly, I think it didn't even work in the beginning either. You know? So,
Well, how I always view it, Emily May, is that Big is the bad boy you always want, right? And Aiden is the good guy you think you want.
mm-hmm.
I think most women want something in between.
Yeah.
They don't want a complete bad guy because I just get old after a while.
Yeah.
And they want a good guy, but you want some edge. You want a little edge in there. So I
Exactly.
think
Yeah.
no one, because Petrovsky was just older guy, he was a whole different generation. Berger was too jealous. They were too much on something. He was too jealous of her.
Too much baggage.
What?
Too much baggage. He gets so
Yeah,
much
it
baggage.
was too much. So I think who else was she with? Well, she had other guys, but I think of the ones that reoccurred and stuff. I think Aid represents the one that got away.
Mm-hmm.
We all have a few of those, or we have that one where you're always attracted to them, but you shouldn't be together. I have a few of those out there that I just know that we would never work out if we got together.
Mm-hmm.
We're better apart. Well, you see, once in a while, you see on Instagram where you go, oh, I just remember some good stuff. I just think that for Carrie, because she did break his heart, she has to be the one to say this doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And that's not your fault or my fault. It's just we've grown too much. So in a way, I appreciate this on some level because we're seeing it play out. It's realistic.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. She does seem sadder and sadder and
Yeah,
sadder.
she just seems sad and just not. She seems like slightly distracted, and that might be Duncan. I feel like she's not fulfilled. And I'm slowly seeing like the decline of like her just like emotional well-being in these like every time Aiden comes by, it's like, yeah, okay, they have a physical attraction, but
Yes.
where's that like emotional stability?
It's
It's not
redundant.
there.
For Duncan.
Yeah, yeah, with Duncan.
She lights up when she sees him. They have
Hmm.
a banter. They're both right. There's something, and so I think it's just it must be really hard. I mean, it has to be really hard to kind of go. If we make this for real, it has to be kind of hard to say goodbye to something that's right there in front of you. You always kind of wanted it, but to cut it off and go, you know what, this isn't working. This isn't good.
Yeah. It's a hard decision to make. People
Oh, I'm
make those
sure.
decisions all the time.
I'm sure.
Jobs, relationships, like
Yes, yeah,
it's tough.
jobs.
Yeah, when you're like, hey, it's hard to walk away,
Yes.
but sometimes it is the healthier, happier option. Obviously, you're gonna have some short-term pain,
Yeah.
but long-term wise, it's gonna be better for you. And I think Carrie needs to look at that, reevaluate that long-term.
Well, think about it. Carrie's always been reactive. Usually something happens, so it makes it a little easier.
Yeah,
This
but
time,
now she's
something,
not. She's grown.
yeah, there's something happening. So it's like you literally have to go, no more. She's gonna have to say, that's it. I don't think Aiden will say it. I think it's gonna be her. Because even with them sleeping together, I go, you slept with your ex-wife. I'm looking at him differently now.
Well, I think the thing that might happen is like Carrie kisses Duncan, and there's this, like a really like big scene, and then that's what like then we're kind of back to square one where it's like, all right, boom. Then that could be her catalyst of like saying we're done, or something. Aiden does some other crazy thing where she's just like, this is the last straw, you know?
Because now she made it very, she said it over and over again. Her and Duncan just do writing because I don't know anything about him. We always talk about his writing. I want to keep it that way. I think she's protesting too much.
Yeah. She's like defensive.
Yeah. It was
She's
like,
defensive with Miranda. She was kind of defensive with Aiden.
yep.
So yeah, that's why I'm like, oh, something. Yeah.
So I don't know. It was a weird episode because it was so short, and
Mm.
and we felt like there were scenes that were just cut out or just left out that I think were needed to flesh out the episode a little more. And I wanted more from Carrie and Aiden too, like another conversation, so it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So
I
he's
know.
there.
Yeah. I know we predicted that a breakup might happen. I think you said 3 episodes.
That's the 3 episodes. I said it won't be the last episode. I think it's gonna be close to the last episode, 3 episodes.
Yeah, I think now after this episode, I think it's like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'd say either episode 10 or 11.
So what episode is this right now? 8?
So that's
Yeah, I think it needs like a few more to something to bubble over a little
yeah,
bit more.
I
It needs
agree.
to be like a crazy thing to happen. I don't think it can be a simple thing. It needs to be something big. Because if Carrie didn't react shockingly to Aiden's confession of like, oh, I slept with like that's a pretty big confession.
I know.
So if she was like okay with that, it has to be something huge.
I know.
Or he says, "Hey, I gotta go take care of this," and I'm maybe. Ooh, ooh, I thought a morbid thought. Oh no. What if something happens with his one of his sons?
Like so if something one of them dies or something.
Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, I can't do," and he has to like go and just deal with that, and then just like leaves. It's kind of
I don't
sad.
with this show anything's possible.
I don't know. That popped up in my head. Who
Yeah.
knows?
You could
I'm
be
very
right.
morbid. I don't know.
You could be right. I mean, because you predicted something. I'm saying the show is so it's all over the place. So
Yeah.
it could possibly happen. This wide storyline is a through line. It has not gone away.
Yeah.
So they keep mentioning whether he's on the screen or not. He's mentioned almost every episode. So
Hmm.
there's something. So I almost can see where you're saying something big happens with him, maybe, and it's like major, major. I would be surprised.
Yeah.
I would be surprised. I actually know what it is, but I would be surprised. But seeing Sarah Jessica's reactions, I on off screen, I don't think her and Aiden are long for the world. I think this is just for the storyline. It's good. They're gonna so it's gonna I just think that this Duncan guy is too charismatic for it's he's too it's too close.
Hmm.
It wasn't Adam. I thought her and Adam would do something. It wasn't Adam. So I'm like, okay, I think this Duncan guy is her next man if they
Yeah.
do a season 4. I just think I think he's it. And
Yeah.
he's going to show her, and that's her redemption of being with another writer who
Yeah.
supports her career.
Yeah.
That's a throwback.
Because Berger was not supportive at all.
We pretended he was at first, but then he was jealous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's going to be her redemption of I'm with the writer who we're two different kinds of writers, but we love each other's work.
Yeah.
I can see them together for that. I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I
then
like our predictions.
he moves upstairs.
Okay.
You keep both, but he moves upstairs. And then she finally well, I think she's gonna finish the house before she gets somebody else.
She has to finish the house. It seems so empty. She did have that one, like the living room up front, kind of decorated,
Yeah.
and then the bedroom, but like there's still a lot missing.
Yeah, so I think like you said, I think she's gonna dump 8 and then just deck out her house. Because
Yeah.
now it's her home.
Because I think that's part of the problem is like she's waiting for him, and
Yes.
he's like a outlier and just like a holdover, and so then like she can't move forward, make these decisions about the house without him. She doesn't want to make them, and so I think he needs to go away in order for her to complete this
I
task.
think it's she's saying it's
Not
eyes
starting
out.
over, and she is not starting over.
She's not. Well, she's stuck.
Yeah.
So usually our homes are reflections of that, right? Our homes, our bodies, whatever it is, are reflections of how we live, how our mindset is. So I guess what it is. I think so. And that was the episode, you guys. We talked longer than the episode. It was 44 minutes. We talked longer than the episode. I mean, literally, it was a short episode. There are 4 more left. Oh, 3 more left. 9, 10, 11. No, 4 left. 9, 10, 11, 12.
There's 4. There's 4. Yeah.
4 left. I mean, I'm telling you guys, it's I don't know what they're going to do with these 4 episodes. This is now at the last part of the season.
Yeah, last few episodes.
This we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. But of course, always join us. Like Diane C, you're always joining us every Monday. So I appreciate you. We appreciate you very much joining us live. And the 8 people who are watching us right now, 8 people, whoever you are, thanks for watching. You hit the like button. Thank you. 8 likes. I love it. 8 people, 8 likes. We'll take it. But I also want to say thank you once again for making the show #1 in audio last week. And you guys are just wonderful, the audio listeners, and everybody just supporting me and Emily Mae on the show. We love it.
We do love it. We love being #1. Remember, try to share the links and everything. Tag HBO Max, tag all the stars. We want to get some of them on. Even maybe after the whole season's over, let's do a special. So I want to get someone on.
I've been tagging too. I've been tagging everything. So we gotta keep tagging and getting it going. So maybe we'll get somebody on the show. Oh my God, I would die to get somebody on the show. I'd love it. But we want to thank you so much. Follow her at Emily Mae, of course. Emily Mae Heller everywhere. Just follow her everywhere. She's doing you're doing all kinds of stuff right now these days.
I'm doing so much stuff. I'm doing shopping network stuff. I'm doing wrestling live hosting. I'm doing MMA stuff. I'm doing so much. So just follow me. It's the same Emily Mae Heller everywhere.
Everywhere, folks. Everywhere. And I'm at James Law Jr., where they're all sold. So just follow James Law Jr., of course. And JLJ Media is everywhere too. Well, more likely we'll see you next Monday. I think this is how it's working out.
So
we'll see you next week. Everybody take care and have a great, safe week. If it's hot, be careful. If it's raining, it's raining back east, be careful. That's what I'll say, both of those. Be careful.
Take care, everyone.